It's time to meet the library ducks. Let's dive in and meet the quackers who live at R.B. Tullis Library in New Caney, Texas. What kind of ducks live at the R.B. Tullis Library? We're glad you asked. First up is the Indian runner. It's nicknamed the bowling pin duck because of its funny shape. It has short wings and it can't fly, but the position of its legs enables it to run. Next we have the mallard. We have a female who's mostly brown, and then the male who's also mostly brown, but also has a green head. They can fly up to 70 miles per hour. There are an estimated 10 million mallards in North America. Despite the Russian-sounding name, the muscovy is native to the Americas. They have red warts on their faces called caruncles. And funnily enough, they don't quack like other ducks. They may screech sometimes when they're in distress and sound like they're quacking, but otherwise, they're pretty silent. Pecans likely originate from Southeast Asia. The ducklings are yellow, but they grow up to be all white. And the world's most famous pecan is Donald Duck. Last up, the Swedish blue, and you guessed it, they originate from Sweden. They were imported to the United States in the late 1800s, and while blue is the standard color, they can also be silver or black. So, what do the ducks eat and drink? For the most part, ducks tend to be something called omnivores. This means that their diet consists of both meat and plants. In the case of the ducks at the R.B. Tullis Library, they're also omnivores that dine on bugs, snails, small fish, worms, and other creatures. They also eat some plants, inside the water and outside the water. The ducks at R.B. Tullis Library also engage in the habit of dabbling. This happens while the duck is floating on the water. It will dip its head in, beak first, and swallow up all of the yummy things swirling around on the surface. Talk about fast food! And after a yummy meal of bugs, slugs, fish, worms, and vegetation, the ducks like to wash it all down with their favorite drink of all, water. Oh, and it's time for another question. What do the ducks do all day? Besides eating and drinking, one of the ducks' favorite things to do is to groom themselves. When a duck is grooming, it's making itself clean. They'll often do this by picking at their feathers with their beak to remove any debris. Another thing the library ducks like to do is socialize. It's actually rare to see just one duck sitting all by itself because they all seem to love to hang out together. But more than anything, the ducks love to swim. This is their time to be active, take a bath, forage for food, or just cool off on a hot day. It sure is fun seeing the ducks do everyday things. But what's the coolest story about one of the ducks? It's gotta be when this mama muscovy duck laid these eggs. Want to see how it happened? Check it out! Wasn't that amazing? From an unassuming feather and stick-filled nest in the back of the library to 8 tiny muscovy ducklings, it sure was a sight to see. Roll that beautiful duckling footage! Ugh, so cute. But what should you do if you see a duck at the library? If you catch any of our fine feathered friends hanging out at the library on your next visit, here's a few things we'd like you to remember. First, maintain a safe distance. Please don't try to touch or chase the ducks, or their nest or eggs. Watch out for sitting ducks. This is especially important when you're entering and exiting the parking lot. Finally, if you do end up feeding the ducks, please stick to small amounts of grain, fruit, or vegetables. Most experts agree that bread isn't the way to go. We hope you've enjoyed this video about the library ducks at RV Tullis Library. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like and share.